We are counting down 10 UK toilet paper brands ranked from the worst to those truly worth it. This list is based on fibre quality, chemical processing, and the kind of comfort you can actually feel. From ultra-thin rolls that rip at the slightest pull to surprisingly abrasive supermarket staples, these 8 low performers may be lurking in your own bathroom. But which 2 brands stand apart with cleaner fibres and real softness? Let us dive in, starting with number 10. Tesco Essentials. Toilet tissue lands at number 10 for a reason. The roll promises a bargain, but the reality is a 2-ply sheet that is almost see-through. Even a gentle pull can leave you with a ragged edge or a handful of torn shreds instead of a clean sheet. In everyday use, that means more frustration and more sheets wadded up just to get the job done. On paper, the price per pack looks unbeatable, but with each use, those ultra-thin sheets disappear fast. The price per 100 sheets might seem low on the shelf, but when you factor in how many you actually need for basic coverage, any savings start to vanish. Consumer panel tests and countless online reviews echo the same complaint. You end up reaching for extra sheets because the paper just does not hold up. Tesco's Essentials line keeps costs down by skimping on thickness and strength, which leaves shoppers paying more in the long run. For anyone hoping to stretch a pound, this is a classic example of a false economy, thin paper that simply does not go the distance. Asda Smart Price toilet tissue is notorious for its harsh, abrasive feel, earning it a reputation as one of the roughest options on UK shelves. Grabbing a sheet, the difference becomes obvious. Instead of a soft, forgiving surface, users often describe the texture as coarse, almost like handling thin craft paper. In a simple forearm test, just a few rubs can leave visible redness, a reaction echoed in countless online reviews. More than 30% of 1-star ratings call out the sandpaper-like quality, with some users joking that it is better suited for sanding wood than daily hygiene. Unlike some value rolls that fall apart, Asda's sheets at least stay in one piece, but what you gain in structural integrity, you lose in comfort. The minimal embossing does little to soften the blow, and the high-friction fibres can leave sensitive skin feeling irritated after repeated use. For many, this means reaching for extra sheets to cushion the discomfort, which only drives up usage and erodes any real savings. When it comes to tactile pain, Asda Smart Price stands out for all the wrong reasons, setting up a brittle, dry theme that continues with the next brand on the list. Sainsbury's Basics toilet tissue has earned its spot at number 8 for one reason: the experience is dry and brittle from the very first touch. Where some budget rolls scrape, this one snaps. The paper feels almost dehydrated, like it has been left out in the sun for a decade. In a blind panel softness test, Sainsbury's Basics scored the lowest among the mid-pack, with testers comparing it to tissue from the 1990s: thin, scratchy, and oddly stiff. One panelist summed it up: it is like wiping with tracing paper. The real trouble starts when moisture enters the mix. In a simple 5-second dunk, the sheet fragments faster than any other roll tested, breaking apart into clumps that barely hold together under light pressure. That rapid wet breakup is not just inconvenient, it means you are left with a mess exactly when you need the paper to perform. Online reviews echo this, with users complaining about sheets disintegrating during use and the paper's dry, almost chalky texture. The combination of rigid feel and instant wet failure sets Sainsbury's Basics apart from rougher but more intact competitors. For anyone looking for a budget option that will not fall apart at the first sign of water, this roll's brittle performance is a deal-breaker. Morrison's Savers toilet tissue stands out for how little there is to it. Each sheet clocks in at one of the lowest grams per square metre ratings in the UK supermarket aisle, meaning gram for gram, it is among the thinnest on the market. The difference becomes obvious with a simple caliper weight demo. Compared to a mid-range roll, Savers sheets feel almost weightless in your hand. This ultra-thin design might look like a cost saver, but it comes at a price. In a basic 5-wipe stress test, the paper starts to shred as early as the 3rd pass, and by the 5th, nearly 40% of sheets show visible tearing or breakage. That kind of performance means you are constantly doubling up or grabbing extra sheets just to avoid a mess. Over time, the risk of mid-use failure only grows, and the absence of any eco logo or a Forest Stewardship Council logo on the pack means there is no assurance about fiber sourcing or environmental standards. While Savers avoids the harsh abrasiveness of some rivals, its lack of durability makes it a weak link for anyone who needs a roll that lasts beyond a single use. The story here is simple. Extreme thinness offers little real value when the paper cannot stand up to everyday demands. Co-op value toilet paper lands at number 6 for a problem that frustrates even the most patient shopper. You never know what you are going to get. One roll feels reasonably thick, the next is noticeably thinner, and the third might leave you wondering if you grabbed the wrong pack entirely. In side-by-side comparisons of rolls bought from multiple co-op stores, the difference is obvious. Some sheets have a bit of cushion, while others are almost papery and limp. This is not just a one-off fluke. Across several packs, testers recorded a swing in sheet thickness that you can feel between your fingers. And the perforations, the lines meant to guarantee a clean tear, often stray off course by a few millimeters. That means sheets can come out uneven or rip halfway across, leaving you with a mess in your hand. Online reviews echo the same complaint. Unpredictable quality from roll to roll, with some packs feeling almost premium and others barely fit for purpose. Even the eco labels are inconsistent. Some packs feature recycled logos while others do not, and that only adds to the confusion. For anyone hoping for a reliable, budget-friendly option, this unpredictability means you are rolling the dice every time you buy. The outcome is frustration, wasted sheets, and a lingering sense that you cannot trust what is inside the pack. When it comes to basic comfort and dependable use, Co-op Value's inconsistency makes it a brand to avoid. Wilko Functional Toilet Tissue promises an eco-friendly edge with its recycled fiber label, but the reality is anything but comfortable. The recycled content comes with a hidden cost: poor refinement. Each sheet leaves behind the highest lint residue of any roll tested, easily seen on a simple lint count tray after just one wipe. When testers ran a finger drag friction test across the surface, Wilko Functional clocked the top drag resistance score, meaning it grabs rather than glides against the skin. This rough texture is not just a minor annoyance. Over repeated use, the high friction and loose fibers can cause irritation, especially for anyone with sensitive skin. Comfort here takes a back seat to environmental claims, and the penalty is clear, a scratchy feel that stands out even among budget options. Industry experts point out that recycled tissue can be gentle, but only if mills invest in extra refining steps. Wilko's budget line clearly skips those steps. For shoppers hoping to balance sustainability and softness, Wilko Functional lands squarely in the middle of the list. Better for forests, but a daily test of patience for your skin. Waitrose Essentials Toilet Tissue comes wrapped in the kind of branding that whispers quality you can trust, a promise that does not hold up under pressure. The Waitrose name usually signals premium, but this budget line delivers a reality check for anyone expecting comfort. Priced above most value tier rivals, Essentials positions itself as a cut above, yet lands with a thud in softness tests. In a recent price versus softness comparison, Essentials cost nearly 30% more per roll than Morrison's Savers, but scored lower on comfort than several cheaper options. One shopper summed it up after a blind touch test, saying that if they did not know the brand, they would swear this was the rough one from the corner shop. The paper itself is stiff, almost cardboard-like, with a texture that refuses to bend or cushion. Instead of the gentle, plush feel associated with Waitrose's premium lines, Essentials feels rigid, stripped of the natural fiber comfort you would expect at this price point. Even the marketing line quality you can trust starts to sound like a dare after a single sheet. For shoppers who pay extra hoping for a little luxury, the mismatch between prestige branding and bathroom reality is hard to ignore. The result is a roll that looks reassuring on the shelf, but delivers a daily dose of disappointment. When it comes to Waitrose Essentials, the only thing premium is the illusion. Aldi's luxury soft budget line promises a plush experience, but the reality is all about compromise. The packaging leans into the word luxury, yet the paper itself cannot deliver on that claim. On first touch, it feels softer than the previous entries, but the illusion fades quickly. In a simple dunk and pull test, A single sheet is dipped in water and then pulled with a 1.5 kilogram weight, and Aldi Luxury Soft fails well before reaching the mark. The sheet tears almost instantly, leaving soggy fragments instead of holding together. This is not just lab drama. In real-world use, wet hands or even a splash from the sink are enough to cause a mid-wipe disaster. Panel testers who expected a step up from the rougher, stiffer brands were left disappointed. In an expectation survey, over half of shoppers said they bought this roll based on the promise of softness. But after a week, the reviews turned sour. The most common complaint was dryness and fragility. Despite the luxury label, the paper is still only 2-ply, and many users noticed a post-pandemic drop in softness. Anecdotes point to thinner, less cushioned sheets compared to earlier versions. The mismatch between branding and actual comfort is striking. Aldi Luxury Soft sits higher on the shelf than some rivals, but in the end it breaks just as easily and leaves shoppers questioning what luxury really means when it comes to toilet paper. Who Gives a Crap's UK bamboo roll stands out immediately for what it is not: thin, scratchy, or packed with harsh chemicals. Instead, this is a 3-ply paper made from sustainably sourced bamboo, with every roll delivering around 370 sheets, nearly double what some premium supermarket brands offer. The difference is clear from the first touch. In independent comfort tests, including panels run by Which and Good Housekeeping, Who Gives a Crap's bamboo line consistently scores near the top for softness and overall feel. The surface is smooth, with gentle embossing that actually cushions rather than irritates the skin. Compared side by side with the supermarket brands already covered, the contrast in comfort is obvious. No papery drag, no lint, and no brittle snap when you pull a sheet from the roll. What sets this brand apart is not just the comfort, but the ethics behind the product. Who Gives a Crap is a certified B Corp, meaning it has been independently assessed for its social and environmental impact and scores well above the 80-point pass mark required for certification. The company's packaging is plastic-free and the bamboo is grown without fertilizers or pesticides, keeping the environmental footprint low. There are no added inks, no dyes, and no fragrances, just pure bamboo fiber pressed and rolled. The story does not end with the product itself. Who Gives a Crap donates 50% of its profits to sanitation charities around the world, supporting clean water and toilet projects in communities that need them most. Since launching, the company has contributed over £10 million globally, a figure that grows every year as more people make the switch. This is not a token gesture, it is a core part of the business model, and it is one reason ethical consumer guides repeatedly recommend the brand as a top pick. In value terms, each roll delivers substance with sustainability. With 370 sheets per roll, you are getting more paper per pound, and the denser 3-ply construction means you use fewer sheets per visit. The combination of comfort, ethical sourcing, and verified charitable impact makes Who Gives a Crap the clear runner-up on this list. For UK shoppers looking for a toilet paper that is soft, strong, and genuinely responsible, this is the first brand that actually lives up to the hype. Number 1. Naked Sprout, now rebranded as Naked Paper, stands alone at the top of the UK toilet paper market for one reason. It is the cleanest, most straightforward roll you can buy. There is no bleach, no brightening process, and no attempt to hide what is inside. Each roll comes out of the pack a natural light brown, proof that it skips the chemical whitening that defines almost every other brand on the shelf. Instead of chasing that artificial hotel white look, Naked Paper uses unbleached bamboo fiber, certified by the FSC, and nothing else. The result is a 2-ply roll with around 320 sheets, each one robustly perforated and easy to tear without shredding. In independent eco-tests, including a Good Housekeeping review from 2025, Naked Sprout unbleached bamboo roll scored high for strength and reliability, with testers noting its solid performance in both dry and wet conditions. A simple side-by-side pull test shows the difference. Where supermarket value rolls often rip unevenly or crumble with a firm tug, Naked Paper holds together, giving a clean tear every time. That strength does not come at the expense of comfort. While it is not as pillowy as some ultra-soft, heavily processed brands, the paper is naturally smooth and gentle, with a finish that feels soft enough for sensitive skin. The absence of bleach and added chemicals means less risk of irritation, making it a standout for anyone prone to discomfort from standard white rolls. For eco-conscious shoppers, the environmental impact is just as important as the tactile feel. Bamboo grows fast, requires no pesticides, and the unbleached process means fewer chemicals in production and less wastewater to treat. The FSC certification on each pack offers assurance that the bamboo is sourced responsibly. It is rare to find a product that delivers on both environmental promises and everyday usability, but Naked Paper achieves this balance. No harsh fragrances, no plastic wrap, and no greenwashing scandals tied to its name. There is, however, an ongoing debate in the watchdog world about bamboo rolls. Recent independent fiber tests found that some brands labeled as 100% bamboo contain traces of regular wood pulp. Naked Sprout has addressed these findings, stating that their product is manufactured according to strict standards and that they dispute some of the test methods in question. The FSC is currently reviewing procedures, but at present Naked Paper remains one of the few UK rolls that is both unbleached and fully FSC certified. For those seeking a roll that is kind to skin, strong enough for real use, and genuinely low impact, Naked Paper is the clear winner. It is not just the best eco-roll, it is the best overall, earning its place as the #1 toilet paper to buy in the UK. Across all 10 brands, one pattern emerges. Most UK toilet paper still puts cost-cutting and harsh processing ahead of comfort and health. Softer and safer options exist, but they are the exception, not the norm. That means every toilet roll is a choice between what is easy and what is genuinely better for your body. The smallest daily decision can have the biggest impact. Which brand do you trust? Let us know below.